Good evening, and this is the introduction to Permission to Breathe, which is my little January challenge for myself. And I guess if anybody ends up watching this on either YouTube or Facebook, then other people could join me if you're willing to. We're back in Tier 4 here in Northumberland in the UK. And I know I've got friends all over the world. So wherever you are and whatever tier you're in and whatever type of lockdown, this is just the year that keeps on giving. 2020 has been something quite incredible and indescribable. And I've been unemployed since September in what I thought was my normal job. However, what it's done is it's given me time to go back to the coaching and therapy, which is what I've been passionate about for so long. I've studied so many things, so many different methodologies. And maybe it's time I took a plunge and took the leap and actually go ahead and do this. So this is what I'm going to do. This is going to be my 2021. Anyway, day one of the challenge for Permission to Breathe. What we're trying to achieve is 1 minute of conscious breathing. It's a small achievement and it's very achievable, no matter who's doing it. I found myself in lockdown just holding all this energy and all this tension and not breathing. And I think what's happened is that we're just sitting here in fright, eating ourselves to death. And if we don't die from COVID, we're sure as hell going to die from obesity at some point in time if we carry on going the way we're going. So my thing is, what do I want to achieve this year? And therefore, I have to also think about starting the year on day one with an achievable outcome. So we're going to do it one day at a time, or I'm going to do it one day at a time. And the first day is simply conscious breathing for 1 minute. In through the nose, out through the nose. Sit comfortably, drop your shoulders, relax. Find a quiet space. If it's sitting on the toilet, because that's the only place you can find a quiet space, then go ahead and do that. If you need to go and sit in your car and do it because you've got screaming kids in the house, or an angry husband because he's been locked in for so long, or you've got too many roommates, or the dogs are barking, go and sit outside. I know it's freezing. It was snowing here tonight. We're in Alnwick in Northumberland, just as a reminder. Go and sit wherever you need to sit, but find yourself 1 minute on the first day. What we're trying to achieve is eventually the goal that we're trying to get to by the 31st of January is 31 minutes of conscious breathing. In my estimation, I'm going to do this daily with you. We're going to do it together as a team, or I'm going to sit here and do it alone anyway. And what you can do is you can either get up to 31 minutes that you do all at the same time. You can split those 31 minutes up into 3 sessions. Once you hit 10 minutes, if you want to do it 3 times a day. If you find you need to do 1 minute every hour of the day, I don't mind how you do it, whatever suits you. If you can find some kind of rhythm and some kind of form. So if you want to do it in the mornings, if you want to do it in the evenings, if you can stick to a certain time, that would be great. But if you can't, and you have to grab whatever minute you can in whatever day you're having, the idea is just to do it. I think too often there's too many rules and too many regulations, and then we give up on something and we don't do it because there's too many restrictions. And if we don't meet it one day, we get disappointed in ourselves, and then we don't end up doing it one day, and then we think, well, why would we carry on the next day? On that note, my friend Julie Dixon Carr has got me back onto skipping again. Although I started today, she has put the challenge back on, and the skipping challenge is building up from 100 skips a day up to 2,000 skips a day by the end of the month. But it slowly builds up in increments. If you're interested in doing that, Julie Dixon Carr of Isogenics, she's on my page. If you're looking for a slightly more intense challenge than the one that I'm trying to put out there. So Be flexible in your timing, be flexible in the way that you do things if you need to be, because that's the way we get things done. I think flexibility is super important. The reason I'm doing it is because of my physical health, my mental health. It's been a fairly challenging year, and I need to come back into myself this year. Too much of our focus has been completely outside, and I just need a minute a day and a few minutes from here on in just to come back inside of me and remember that the important thing in this world is me. It's not what's going on out there. And I need something to get my focus back on track. And so this is the way that I'm going to do it. So I've been looking at different breathing techniques, which I'll take you through a few of them during the month. I'm by no means a breathing expert. I'm not a yoga expert or anything like that. This is just a small challenge that I've set myself. Of course, if you'd like to possibly find greater deal of success with this, or if you're not willing to succeed at this right now, then don't bother keeping a journal of it, because that is one of the ways to succeed. So one of the things that I'm going to do is, in fact, the first thing that I've done is I've set myself a goal. And so I wrote this down for myself today, so I'm going to read it to you. On the 1st of January, this is what I'm going to wake up and say to myself. It is the 1st of January. I'm now practicing conscious breathing. And by the 31st of January, I will be practicing conscious breathing for 31 minutes a day. And I'm experiencing an improvement in both my mental and physical health as a result of this daily practice. Something along those lines. It's not exact. I'll get back to you on that one. It's something around that. But setting a goal is really important. And I think that keeping track of that goal as to why we're doing it, what we want to achieve, where we want to go. In my questions to myself today is, what do I need to achieve this? It was a commitment to post on YouTube every day, this new YouTube channel that I'm doing, and to post for other people so that I get other people, maybe other people's support by watching it and doing it with me. Allowing myself the time to achieve it. So I know we're starting with 1 minute, but by the end of the month, having 31 minutes to myself where I consciously focus on my breathing, giving myself the space required. So finding somewhere quiet to sit and be able to do it, like I said, on the toilet if you have to, wherever you need to go. Commitment to a routine. I'm particularly bad at routines. And I find it very difficult to stick to one. So mine is going to be about picking a time of day or a couple of times of day and actually sticking to that. Keeping a journal. I'm going to record everything that I do. And if you'd like to see how that works for you, I'm going to give it a go, see what happens if I journal. What I'm going to journal about is what feelings come up for me, what emotions I'm feeling. It's like, what feelings do I get in my body? Do I have any pain coming up? Do I have any weird sensations in my body when I'm doing this breathing? What does it bring up for you? You might be seeing things, I don't know, whatever it is. Journal it, write it down, keep track of it. If you're interested in following this, then you can send me a comment about it and we can have a discussion about it if you'd like. Keep a record of any changes to my physiognomy. So have I noticed that I'm feeling calmer? Do I feel more relaxed in my body? What physical changes are actually happening? And of course, the other thing that you need simply is an alarm clock to keep track. So this is kind of where I'm going with this, this little challenge of mine. I've got a few things in store if you keep following. And I'm not going to get into any more than that. Just watch if you want to, take part. I'll post again tomorrow just to remind you about starting this on the 1st of January. And I'll post the next day's routine or a little thing that you need to know about it. We can talk about some different breathing techniques, and there's a couple of other things that I'm going to throw in there if you're interested. And you get to see me every day, which is very rare these days because mostly I've been in isolation. So if you're interested, come and join me, and let's see if we can start January in a better way than this year ended. Let's put it that way. Let's make a new start for a new year, a new positive, fantastic year where we use prana, which is the energy of life, and we bring the energy of life into our bodies, into our minds, into our hearts, wherever you feel like you need some joy and some happiness and some passion and some fantasticness after this year. Breathe it into that space. So once again, the last thing that I'm going to remind you is in through the nose, out through the nose, eyes closed, relax the shoulders, sit back, and take this journey through January with me. Cool. I'll chat to you tomorrow.